Hey, what is up guys? It is BioHazard. This is my first tutorial really ever, and it's a tutorial on how to sync in After Effects. It's just basic syncing. This is part 1, or part 2 will be Twixtered. This is just basic syncing for anyone that doesn't know how to sync in After Effects and you don't want to switch between Vegas and After Effects and keep it in one program, because that's what you should be doing. So here's a preview of basically what we will be doing today. So yeah, just a basic sync, a little laggy because of my recorder. So yeah, let's get into it. Create a new composition and we'll start from scratch. So I have my song here, Static Clean by L Word. And we have our Barrett audio, which is right there, and then we have our clip. And just from doing this, I know the song starts around 45 seconds, so we'll do a little composition work. And the first thing you want to do when syncing is going to be basically all audio. So to start off, let's get a nice zoom in. You're going to want to preview your song. To do this, just click RAM Preview, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting markers to where we want the gunshots to happen. So just listening to music and clicking your, I think it's called the astral key, it's the star key. I'll have a screenshot in the description if you don't know what I'm talking about of what key it is. So let's preview our music and then hit the key for every. So there's our 4 markers, that's where our sync is going to be. And we're going to open up our audio. That's my song right there. Click audio, open, go into waveform, and this is really off. It's pretty bad. You're just going to line them up with the waveform because your marks aren't going to be perfect. It's just the sadness of it all. This is looking weird. Did a bad job. So yeah, you want to adjust your markers. A little time consuming. And then get your Barrett or whatever gun sound you're using. And my After Effects is freezing. Great. Just great. And bring it to your marker. Alright, so if you hold shift, it'll bring you straight to markers. It's kind of like Sony Vegas snapping. Just hold shift and it'll lock onto markers. So we got our Barrett 50 caliber sound, because that's what my clip is. I'm going to lower it down a little bit. And we're going to line it up with our markers. And if you hold shift, it'll snap right to it like I said before. Just Control C, Control V to make copied layers, duplicated layers. I'm sure there's a shortcut for duplicating a layer, but I'm not that smart, so I just Control C, Control V. And now we're going to preview it again. Let me turn up my volume so I can hear it. Hopefully this is good. Be sad if it's not. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Now that we have that synced up, we're gonna bring in our clip. Okay, so we're gonna go to our first marker again. Hold shift if you want to just snap to it, and we are gonna find our first shot. Which is right about here. I'm just gonna. So that's a bad example of how to notice when someone's shooting. Usually there's a lightning bolt type thing coming out. Anyways, we're just going to split the layer and put it straight to our first marker. Oh, come on. Sometimes these don't shift perfectly. Okay, so we have our first shot. Comes in. There's our audio. It's matched up with our shot. And this is where our second shot needs to be, and we're not even close to our second shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that layer, go to layer, time, enable time remapping. And basically what time remapping is it's a After Effects way of slowing down or speeding up clips, files, whatever it is you're doing. So we're going to find our second shot, and from just knowing this clip, I know my second shot is right here. So we're going to click this little square, and we're going to go back to where we first began, which is right here. Click another square, and basically what these squares are, they're keyframes. Hopefully you guys know that. And what it is when you drag this, it's moving where this is in the time layer, in the time. And if you move it this way, obviously it's going to be faster. If you move it this way, it's going to be slower. But wherever you move this, where you set it is going to go with it. I know it's hard to understand. Hopefully it's an alright way of saying it. So if I move this to my first keyframe, my first marker, not keyframe, I suck. That's going to bring our second shot to that marker, as you can see. So there's our second shot, there's our marker, there's our keyframe, and you can see that as he shoots, it's going right there. So next, we're going to go to our third shot, which is right here. And we're going to do it again. We're going to take this part of the clip, this marker, this keyframe, and we're going to move it to our third marker, which represents our third shot. So yeah, that lined up great. And then we have one more shot, and that is right here. And that's the lightning bolt I was talking about. You can see it most of the time. I don't know why I wasn't doing it at first. That's how you notice when a shot is. Add the keyframe, and I just got a text. Go away. Move that keyframe to the last and final marker, and that will be our last shot. So let's preview what we have so far, and I'll show you one more thing. Oh, forgot to take off the audio of our original clip. Make sure you do that, because if you get a lot of layers, you have to select them all and then put the audio all the way down. So let's redo this. There we go. So as you heard, that third shot wasn't the greatest lined up. You can be a lot more precise than I was. I'm just doing this quick to show you guys. So yeah, basically that's the basic sync that we got going on here. So we got our sync. If you want it to look better, I mean, if that's how you want it to sync, then there you go. If you want it to look a little bit better, here's something I found we can do. Delete this. Alright, so we're at our first shot. Just take away enable time remapping and go back to our first shot. Extend that so you can have that. So we're back at our first shot. We have our shot, and as you noticed, when we came to our second shot, which is right here, the scope in right through here, it was all fast, and it was kind of hard to see what was going on. So if you want to do a better way of syncing, then what we can do is add the time remapping back again, and we have our first shot, and instead of keyframing to our second shot, which is over here, we're going to keyframe to where he starts scoping in, and then right after that another keyframe where he shoots, which is right here. So the reason of doing this is because right through here, instead of this being fast or fast-paced or whatever you want to call it, or slow mode, it's going to be normal time, and this just makes it smoother, better for the eye, I guess you could say. Just a lot better overall in quality. So as you can see, I'll show you right here. We got our first shot, fast, fast, fast. Then it hits the scope in, and it's back to regular time. It's just it's cleaner, smoother, and overall looks better. And you guys can do that for every single one. I'll show you I'll do one more shot. Also, you can do the same thing for scoping out. If you want the scoping out to be a little bit smoother, you can add a keyframe after he's done scoping out, and then go all the way to the next scoping, and then finally add the last keyframe where he shoots. And what I forgot to tell you guys, sorry about that, to make sure that this stays normal paced, normal, not fast, not slow mode, you have to select both the keyframes, and by doing that you click shift. So click one, click shift, and then the shot, which is this keyframe right here, that's where you move it to the marker. So make sure you click shift, because otherwise it's not going to work. Clicking shift moves them both. You have to have some editing knowledge, I guess, to get what I'm trying to do here. If it's confusing, I'm sorry. This is my first tutorial. Don't hate. It was requested. I hope you guys get this. Let me show you what it looks like this way. So, I mean, it's just smoother. It's kind of hard to tell with my recording program. But it is smoother, and it takes a little bit more time, but it does look better. So yeah, guys, if this helped you at all, leave a like. If it didn't, or you need help, don't be afraid to PM me or comment. If you want more tutorials like this, or you have a tutorial request, don't hesitate to comment it. Subscribe for more tutorials, blah blah blah. And thanks, guys. This was my first tutorial. Sorry if you didn't understand something. Tried my best. Love you all, and thanks again for everything, and 2K subscribers. Okay, bye.